And that's what really caught my eye. So just got a brand new toy, and the other little kid has a toy too, but she wants to play with the kid's new toy. And the kid tells her no, she don't want to share it. But then an adult comes over and tells the child, if you are a nice kid, you would share your toys. Don't do that. Stop doing that. Parents, adults, stop doing that. If a child doesn't want to share their toys and they just got their toys, don't force them to share it and don't manipulate them into sharing it. Talking about good kids share their toys. Because most of the time they want to play with the toy for a while because it's a brand new toy. They're excited to get it. And the other kid comes along, the parents that made that child feel bad or made that child play with the toy, give the toy up to play with somebody else, and then they break their toy. And then the parents of the other child don't be wanting to pay for that toy because they barely can afford the toy. And then that child is sitting there not able to play with the toys anymore because it's not there. And they gotta wait a long time before their parents can give up the money to buy the toy again. And that's not fair to parents who just bought that child that toy because your child doesn't know how to take care of toys, and your child is sitting up there breaking toys that don't belong to them. So no, I'm a firm believer. If a child says they don't want to share a toy, they should not have to be forced to share a toy. If a child is coming over to their house to play and have fun, and you know your child doesn't like to share toys, tell the child to bring their own toys. That way they can play with toys, and if they want to, they can exchange toys and play with each other's toys. Don't make it where that child is forced to be playing with their toys and they just got their toys and they want to enjoy their stuff. That's so wrong. And as an adult, when they get older, then they like really don't want to share nothing because y'all done forced them. If it's something that they chose to do on their own, like there's some children that's naturally nice. They'll say, "You want to play with my toy?" And the child will say, "Yeah, I'll play with it." And they have fun and they play with it together. And then there's some kids that just genuinely enjoy playing with their own toys. And it's not their fault that the other child doesn't get the same or gets toys like they did. Now, if they're brothers and sisters, or brothers or sisters, then you want them to learn how to share and get along with each other. That's a different story. But when they're strangers and they outside playing, like for example, one of my friends from the neighborhood saw me with a new bike, brand new bike. Now they had a bike, but their bike was broke. Duh, some reason their bike was broke, so they didn't have a bike anymore. So why would I want you to ride my bike and you couldn't even keep your bike running? So I finally got my bike for my birthday. I'm outside riding and enjoying it. They're like, "Can I ride your bike?" No, I'm gonna ride my bike. I'm enjoying my bike. They go crying. My parent gonna ask them what's wrong. She won't let me ride her bike. They gonna tell me I gotta get off my property, my bike, and let them ride it. And then they ended up breaking my bike. So then now I don't have a bike. They don't have a bike because they broke theirs. And now the new bike that I got for my birthday, now I don't have to ride because the parent made me give up my bike to let that little snotty nosed child ride it. And then my bike is broke. No, my children wasn't forced to do that mess. No. If they wanted to share with their friends and share with people, okay, cool. Go on and share. But I made it clear to them. If you're sharing it and they break it, that's on you because you chose to share it with them. It's not the parent responsibility to pay for it, and it's not my responsibility to replace it because you made that choice yourself. And it's a good choice. Sometimes it's a bad choice, but you gotta live with the consequences if that choice causes it to not be working anymore. And they understood that from the beginning. when kids came over their house. I'm like, if you want your friends to come over to the house, you better encourage them to bring their own toys with them. And then y'all both will have something to play with. I said, because at the end of the day, you're the one that has to sit here when you ready to play with your stuff and you have nothing to play with because you done let your friends break your stuff and go home and still got their stuff to play with. So that's your choice. And there was times my children played with their friends and let their friends play with their stuff and the child never didn't break it. And then there was times where the kids played with their stuff and it got broke. And they cried, talking about they broke my stuff. I'm like, well, I tried to warn you and tell you that it was your option, but don't expect me to buy it back. Like you could work for it and try to earn it back, but I'm not buying something that you gave or let somebody use and then they broke it. That was only your decision to do that. And your decision alone. It was your property. Once I paid for it, it's no longer my job or responsibility to worry about what happened to it. It's yours. So all I'm saying is stop doing that to those kids. Stop guilting them into playing with letting other kids play with their toys and their things. And stop forcing them to give up their toys and stuff to other family members that you know break their own stuff. And you're like, oh, that's your cousin, duh, duh, duh. You can let him play with some of your toys. Now, you know that daggone boy done broke almost every last one of his toys at home. Broke the head off of them, broke the arms, then changed bodies on them and everything. And you going to tell that child you should let your cousin play with your toys. And you know that child has a history of breaking up toys whenever he play with it. That's not fair to that child. That child enjoys their toys. How you gonna force that child to let that other child play with it, knowing that's the baby's kids of the family? No, stop doing that. KK, what are you doing? What you doing, Boogie Boogie? Haha, yeah, I hear you. And I'm like, I didn't like that. And I still don't like that to this day. And when I heard that, that just triggered me because there was so many times that I had like a chalkboard in my house. And I was playing on it, writing on it, and stuff like that with chalk. One of the kids that was in the neighborhood came over and played, and we writing on the chalkboard. This child gonna sit there and take a permanent marker and write on it. And I'm like, we playing with chalk. Why would you pick up a permanent marker and play with it? That don't make no sense. I was young, so I was like that. No. So I couldn't even get it off. Now my chalkboard is messed up. I can't play with it when I want to and pretend to be a teacher or whatever I wanted to be, or do some math work where I can write it big and solve it the way I want to solve it. Because this daggone baby kid, yeah, I'm calling them baby kids. These daggone baby kids going around destroying other people's stuff, knowing they parents ain't buying them nothing, ain't gonna buy your stuff either. And then you got these ghetto mamas called Shanae and Yaya or whatever you want to call them. They want to argue with you about who's responsible. Are you sure it was broke by my child? Because your child could have broke it. They was both with it, and I don't know if it was broke before my child got to it. It's a brand new toy, dummy. And your child was the one that had it in his hand or her hand when she was playing with it or riding it around on a bike when they knew that it was a brand new bike. Yeah. Give me my money. Give me my money. Yeah, I want my money for that. Yeah, the whole amount. Don't be saying because my child rode it 3 times, the value of it went down. Hell no. Value didn't go down. Actually, it went up. Because your baby's kid broke my child's stuff. No, I'm not having it. Or you let them come over your house and they, you know, at your house, your children jump all over the bed, jump on the couches, flipping and cartwheel everywhere. You got holes in your walls, and you gonna send them over my house talking about, oh, they just sweet and angels. They come over my house. My children don't jump on no daggone furniture, and then all of a sudden
Nana,
I'm hearing,
Nana,
yeah,
Nana.
yeah, baby.
I give you one.
Okay, find something to watch, baby girl.
I guess you.
Really? Go ahead, try to find
What?
something.
Help me. I
Yeah, but
get one.
what do you want to watch though? I'm
I
sorry,
get
my
shit.
granddaughter is 3, so she's trying to explain
No!
something to me about the tablet.
No, stop! Stop!
What do you want
Nana!
to do? What you want to do?
It's funky. Hey!
Okay,
It is.
push the button then. Which one you want to watch?
It's kind of yellow.
Okay, but which one do you?
Help!
Okay, I am helping you. Which one do you want to see?
Nana! Look in. It's
Take your time.
funky, silly. Hey!
You
You
gotta
get
take your time.
one. I get.
Oh, you mean you want
Hey!
to see the one where the cat is scratching?
Nana!
Huh?
It's funky. It's gonna quack. It's
Okay.
gonna.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
One.
kitten, right?
Look, it's funky.
Okay, so we're gonna say kittens, and then you can
Wow.
pick one of the kittens that you want to see.
Wow.
Okay?
I can't see it. Yes, that's dummies.
Yeah, the kitten's eating gummies. Okay, go back in the kitchen and watch it. Go ahead, take it back in the kitchen with you. It's right here. There you go. Push the button. Push the play. See the little thing here? Push that. There you go. Now take it in the kitchen and play with it. Thank you, baby girl. Oh, you want to sit right there? Okay. Yeah, so sorry about that. She likes asking for help. I tell her all the time, if you don't know how to do it yourself, then just ask Nana and Nana help you with it. So she's famous for that. Um, Sometimes she do it in the wrong places. I swear to goodness. We was at Wawa's taking my sister and my nephew home one day in Lowell, and she's in the car. She wants to get out the car to be with her pop pop, and I told her she had to stay in the car because we wasn't going in there for a second. I knew that she always wants something. She wants oil cookies or M&M's or she wants some it's oil cookies, M&M's, and Reese's peanut butter cups. Right? And I'm like, no, you gotta stay in the car with Nana. She that about the things and yells with a couple things. I hope there's people out there that can relate to my story. She's crazy. She's crazy, y'all. Top of her lungs. Now, remind you, all the windows are up. She's yelling for around, and she's yelling, help me, help me. Why? This girl embarrassed the mess out of me. Yeah, yeah, I feel this. She sit there and yell, help me. And you know what happened next. About 4 or 5 people out of different cars come around our rental car, looking at me, asking me if she okay. Um, how, why is she yelling help? You kidnapping her? She needed to call the police. First of all, you can't do that. Second of all, don't you hear her calling me Nana? You can't open this. You can only open this outside with the umbrella. Okay? But you watch your show, baby. And I'm like, what in the world just happened? And I mean, they was good. Oh, so y'all the witness kidnapping this little girl. She got her help at the top of her lungs. I was like, oh, what to the fuck? I done took this girl to say help me. She's scared of it a long time. Then, then, I have a, kind of like a mama that's like, we went out to screaming, like out of the blue, just drops herself to the floor. So I have to put her in the stroller. Even when I put her in the stroller, she sits there and flips herself all around where her head is hanging halfway off the stroller. The girl is so dramatic and funny. And then the craziest part, y'all tell me in the comments how many of y'all have had a child that does this. Mind you, she's a Scorpio, but let's see how many parents have Scorpios children who's done this to them. I'll tell her, if you don't do what you're supposed to do, then I'm gonna put you in the room and make you sit on the bed on timeout. Now this is after she done cried, screamed, temper tantrum on the floor, everything. And then she just out of the blue says, I gotta go get my tablet. Go get your tablet and bring your butt back into this room and sit down. She goes get her tablet, sits down, watches her tablet like nothing ever happened. But just 2 seconds ago, she was screaming at the top of her lungs on the ground, on the floor, yelling, help, yelling, you can't do that. Yes, I can. I can punish you. Yes, I can. No, Yana, you can't do that. You got the wrong one for that one. But she'll switch the story on you. You tell her that the tablet is dead because she done watched it and it dies. Because I don't do full charge on the tablet. I don't. And the reason why I don't do that, because she'll be up all night long, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning trying to watch that daggone tablet. So I charge it up to like 20%, knowing that eventually that tablet going to die. Yes, I do. And so the tablet will die, and in the midst of the dying, she'll turn around and cry, and then she'll look at me and look at my phone and says, Nana, my phone. Girl, that ain't your phone, that's my phone. No, Nana, my phone. No, my phone. Can I hold my phone? It's not your phone. Won't you say, can I hold your phone, Nana? Please. She'll say, can I hold your phone, Nana, please? So I'll say, oh, hold on, let me do something real quick. I'll let that phone get down to like 10%. And then I'll hand her the phone, knowing it's going to die. And then the rest of the night, I'll charge it while she sleeps. No, I'm not doing no full charge on my phone, because she'll be on that all night long if her tablet's dead. And if her tablet is not dead, she'll be on her tablet all night long. And I'm like, no, I'm going to intentionally make sure it die at a certain time. And she'll cry for a minute, and then she'll lay on me and go to sleep. The girl loves climbing on dressers and jumping off onto beds. And you tell her, don't do it. And she'll say, okay, Nana, and jump on it again. And jump, and jump, and jump. And now that we done moved into our new place, I got a huge backyard. I got a nice big house inside. And it's hardwood floor. And it's on the bottom. Nobody's underneath of us, thank goodness. I think it's calmer because the people over top of us she sound like Godzilla walking across the floor. I mean, boom, boom, boom. I'm like, damn, is she 300, 400, 500 pounds or something? Like, is this ceiling gonna come through on some day or whatever? Like, the way she walk is like, I have a relative that walks like that, and for no reason. And I'm like, God dang, girl, your children don't even run that much or walk that much and that hard. And then you can hear them arguing upstairs. I'm like, okay, this must really be calmer, because when I was living where I was living at, I know there was people that lived underneath of me, and she still would run from hall to hall, bedroom to bedroom, jumping off of the deep freezer onto the chair. I'm like, girl, you're gonna break my chair. Get your butt down. No, Nana, I want to jump. I want to jump. No, the girl is really, really active. So what I'm planning on doing is, because my yard is so big now, and I actually have a yard, thank goodness, I'm planning on buying a playground set for her to put in the backyard. And I'm going to buy me one of those covers that you put when the weather is windy or rainy or whatever, and you can still sit outside and enjoy the nice weather, even though it's rain. And then you have the mosquito nets down, so mosquitoes can't get in and get to you while you out there inside looking around, enjoying the weather. Then I have myself a little grill, and I'll probably put a trampoline. I hear you, baby. I probably put a trampoline in the back for her, but I want to get the ones that have like a cover over top so that she can't fall off when she's excuse the music in the back asking me for some more ice. So I'm in the process of getting her some ice real quick. So excuse the music in the background. I do not have rights to that music. It's on YouTube. So yeah, I'm just getting her a little bit of ice. She likes crushed ice. So just letting her have a little bit of that. You got the blanket on the floor. You want the blanket back? Here you go, baby girl. Put it in your mouth. The ice thing got stuck on her finger, so now she's like, uh-oh, the ice stuck. Yeah. I'm sorry, I got off a topic. I think I got adult ADHD or something because my mind just wanders and go in different directions so quickly. I'll be saying a prayer and talking to Jesus. And all of a sudden, my mind will go to that. I think I want to make. Do I want a cheesesteak or do I want like French fries in the middle of praying? I hate that. Like I'll be really in the middle of praying and forget that I'm praying and think about something to eat or thinking about, oh yeah, I was supposed to be watching my basketball game tonight. That is sad. That's where my mind be going. I don't know, but y'all tell me if y'all ever had any experiences like that in the comments. So share, subscribe, like, and get this up if you want to hear more contents about my life because it's entertaining, say the least. And then I'll come back on and talk to y'all. This is kind of like my therapy session because I'm with my granddaughter all day, all night, and I love it. That's my baby girl. Love it. Her parents kept her from me for 3 years, so I finally got her, and I got custody of her for right now. So I am so happy to spend time with my baby. Last time I saw her was 9 months old. So and she remembered me. She remembered me. When I tell you, I pray to God that she remembers me and never forgets my voice or never forgets my face, even at 9 months old. Because the last time I saw her was 9 months. And my baby girl did not forget me. And it brought me to tears. When I tell you, about to cry. Sorry. That was the most blessed day that I could ever remember besides having my children. Was the fact that the social worker came to my house and brought her. And she was walking up the hallway. I'm sorry. I get emotional. Just thinking about how good God is with this. Because I prayed for 3 years. And he answers my prayers. I'm telling you. He will answer your prayers when you pray to him. So, I yell. Because I'm the only one that calls her KK. In the family. At all. I'm the only one that calls her KK. Her name's not KK. That's just what I call her because of her name having two K's in it. So I said, KK, it's Nana. And she said, Nana? Nana! And when I tell you, she snatched her hand from that family service worker and ran to me and gave me a big old hug and then ran past me and looked for her Uncle Mike, who she also didn't see since 9 months. And she said, Uncle Mike, and gave him a big hug. And the caseworker said, I have never seen her this happy. And we didn't had to place her in different places since November of last year because she just would cry, cry, cry. She wouldn't let nobody talk to her, touch her. I said, because she knew they wasn't her family. She knew that they wasn't nobody she knew. And You think that she's gonna just be okay with strangers being around her? No, a child's gonna know their family when they know them and when they see them, especially when they did nothing but treat them good and do good by them. They're gonna always know who they are, and that feeling is the best feeling ever. And then for her, she's, I'll say, "Man, I love you," and she didn't say nothing for a while. I've had her since February of this year, and she didn't say nothing for a while. She just started laughing, and now I'll say, "Nan, I love you," and she'll say, "Love you too," and I'm like, "Oh my god, my baby loves me, yes!" And she just has this light in her eyes. And the caseworker, when they, because she visits with her mother once a week, and she'll go for her visit, and I'll tell her, I'm like, look, Sunday we gotta get you gotta get your head redone and all that so that you can go see your mommy Monday, and you can go hang out with your mommy with a new hairstyle. She's like, okay. And then Monday come, and she'll go to visit with her mother for a few hours, and then when the caseworker comes back, if I'm not outside waiting for her, she's in the car giving that caseworker the blues. She's screaming and yelling, "Where my Nana? You take me from my Nana." And he like, "No, Nana's coming now. No, I want my Nana. No, I want my Nana." Ah! And she's screaming and kicking and yelling and everything. So he puts me on the phone and he's like, "Please tell her you're on your way down the elevator." So I'll get on the phone. I'm like, "KK, yes, Nana, yes, Nana." I'm like, "Nana on her way to you. I'm on the elevator." She's like, "Elevator?" "Yes, I'm on the elevator. I'm coming down to you now, okay? Be good." She's like, "Okay, Nana." And she's just a whole different person. And when I get to the car and he opens the door and let her out, "Nana, Nana, Nana," and then she'll run to me and give me a hug just like she did the first day she saw me. And this is every time she leaves me. She comes back and gives me a big old hug and says, "Nana, I love you." I'm like, "Love you too. Ah, my baby love me. Ah." And she just be tickled like ain't no tomorrow. But yeah, she drives her uncle crazy though. When I tell you she loves herself some Uncle Mike, and the crazy part is she'll go in his room and steal his candy and his chips every time. He'll he'll lock his door. The girl is smart enough that she done took her fingernail and unlocked the door. You good? And unlocked her door and got in his room and got to his snacks. When he goes to the bathroom, she jets past him and goes in the room and gets his Skittles or gets his airhead little drop things and take them and then come to me and trying to get me a part of her crime and bring me some and say, "Here, Nana." I'm like, "You just took that from Uncle Mike. Like, you ain't supposed to get that to Nana." He like, "Here, you can have some too. Sharing is caring." And I'm like, "Okay, fine. I'll take one and eat it with her." Like, now you got me in trouble. Because now I'm eating Uncle Mike candy with you. You ain't supposed to do that. No. But it's some good candy, though. So, he'll turn around and kick her out the room. She's standing out the door, banging on the door. "Michael! Uncle Mike! Open door! Open door! I want to be in there! Open door, Uncle Mike! You can't do that! Open door!" He like, "Yes, I can." I'm like, "Girl, when you get old enough, you gonna be a handful with whoever you start dating. Cause if you at the door for your uncle and you ain't letting him sleep, you ain't letting him do nothing, you banging on that door for as long as he don't open that door, telling him to open the door just because you want to be in the room with him." Then she goes and runs, get her pillow, goes in his room, takes her pillow and lays on the bed with him while he's watching TV or while he's playing his video game or whatever. She's laying there, but she's steady stealing his chips. He like, "You know I was gonna eat that, right?" "No, my chips." Everything is hers. "My chips. My Michael. My Papa. My Nana." Everything's hers. And it's just too cute and it's too funny. And Michael be like, "Really, ma?" I said, "Oh, don't look at me like that. Like you, her favorite uncle. So she gonna be all around you." I said, "Look at it as practice. She's giving you practice. If you ever have your children, she's giving you practice now." Like, I hope my children don't come out like that, cause she is hyper. I said, "No, she's just having fun. She has not had an opportunity to be around people where she can run around and just be herself." You see her? Look what she's doing. Now she's on me, flipping. KK, if you don't get your butt down, this is what she does on a daily basis. Just come right over and start flipping and cartwheeling on me. And she's supposed to be in there watching her tablet and eating her oodles and noodles. She asked for some oodles and noodles today. So I'm gonna go. But yeah, the first topic: stop telling your children or trying to force your children to share stuff with other people. Children, because some of those children are babies, kids, and they will destroy your stuff, and then don't have no way of paying for your child to get their stuff back. Don't do that. Stop doing that. On the second part, it is fun having a grandchild because you can see your children enough. She does things that her Uncle Mike used to do, and she does things that her father used to do. She does things that her great grandmother used to do before she passed away. And then she's active and does things the way I used to do or still do this day. So she is really reminds me of all of us. And it's just so cute and funny. So y'all have a blessed one. Pray. Prayer does work. Every prayer that I've ever prayed for, except the money one, because I did say I wanted to have that $1 billion during the Powerball. But every the other prayers that I've ever prayed over the last 3 years have in fact came true. So God is listening, and He is in the time of season of answering your prayers. You just have to be heartfelt and be honest with Him and talk to Him with a natural voice and let Him know exactly where your heart is, and thank Him for things that He's done, things that He's doing, and things that He will do in the future. And He will make sure that your life is stable and happy. So I'm gonna cut it out, and y'all enjoy, bless, and maybe may your lives be highly favored.